And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
For old time's sake. As time goes by.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. 8-6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ballin' age. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete objective, but the moves elusive. And I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winnings when I know you're losing. So I with the winners and they throw the deuces. Guess I have to pivot, shooting the bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, buck a tax. That's a joke, tell them laugh. Uncle Sam, buck out the back.
Goodness, it has been a week. It has been a serious week full of emotional ups and downs. Your girl has been through it. Your girl is going through it. Currently, at the time of this recording, I don't even know if I'm coming or going. I am just over it. I am so tired. I am so depleted. And I am really, really out here trying my hardest, y'all. And there's so much that needs to be done, so much to do. Rome wasn't built in a day, but I'm doing everything I can, as much as I can, for as long as I can. You know what I'm saying? And, honey, it still just does not feel like enough. Like I said, your girl is going through it. But I didn't want to be MIA on this podcast episode for this week. I wanted to make sure that I was showing up regardless of everything that's happening to me personally for a couple reasons. One, this is just a part of my journey. It's a part of my story. And by me making the point to show up and staying engaged and keeping you guys abreast of what's really happening, it's able for me to provide y'all with transparency so that y'all really know what's up and what's really real. You know, I don't have time to cap. I don't even have energy to cap. So let me put it like this. Things are going to get better. Like, fuck this bullshit. Things will and are going to get better. And when they do, like they always do, because I never can stay down
for too long,
it'll be the days like this. It'll be the times like this that I took the time to record what was really real and what I was really going through, you know, so people could know, you know, that no, this wasn't an overnight thing. Yeah, there was a lot of work being done. There was a lot of tears being shed. There was a lot of hard times. It wasn't just, you know, nobody handed me nothing. This has been something that I've had to work through over and over and over and over again. What's really cute is I was shuffling cards while I'm talking to you guys because that relaxes me. And Ace of Cups is at the bottom, which is the card of unconditional love. It's so awesome. Like, just looking at this card, it's literally like God's hand coming out of the clouds. Like, I got you, baby. Don't worry about all this shit that they own. Don't worry about all this other bullshit. I got you. I got you in the palm of my hands. I got you. You good, baby. That's how God been talking to me. Like, God been talking to me like I've been a little girl, like this whole week. Especially like a couple days ago. I'll get to it in a minute, like the dark thoughts that I've been having or whatever. But it started to downpour a little bit while I went to the riverfront. I really just wanted to go to the waterfront to, you know, just to be there. Water really, really relaxes me a bunch. Nature in general really, really relaxes me. But it's something about being at a waterfront and watching the waves and all of that. It just really puts me at ease, right? I don't know if that's because my North Node is in Cancer, because my Mars and Jupiter are in Scorpio. I don't know what the hell. So I decided to put my promoter hat back on, right? But also my, like, business owner hat as well. And what I mean by that is, back in 2004, from 2004 to 2006, I was a manager of a video store. Being a manager at the video store, this is for the new people who are tuning into the podcast. Some of my ride or dies, day ones, y'all already know about this. But being the manager at the video store, I really ran the store as if it was my store. I had full reign. I had full, you know, they really empower you, really. I didn't have to, I could just make decisions. They let me run the business the way I wanted to run the business, you know? But at the end of the day, the bulk of the profits went back to the people who truly owned the business, which was the Hoagland family.
On record, off record, I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence, adolescent presence, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive, and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winnings when I know you're losing, so I work the winnings and they throw the deuces. Guess I have to pivot, shooting the bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, buck a tax. That's a joke, tell them laugh. Uncle Sam, buck out the bag. Brody plot, but get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps.
You know, I didn't work at Blockbuster. We were one of Blockbuster's competitors, but it was a family-owned video chain. And they, you know, video rental made them millions. And they were family-owned. You know what I'm saying? Low-key, I feel like Googling that family and researching what they got into and what they ended up invested in to keep their money train going. Because, you know, Netflix and Redbox took video rental out the game. So I'm just kind of curious, what did they, you know what I'm saying? What did they parlay and pivot into? But that's a whole nother story. Hold on, there's a lot of background noise happening over here. That's a whole nother story. But the point is, they gave me so much free reign and so much independence and empowerment. And I really ran the store for what was good for my business and good for the bottom line and what made the store money, you know. I always wanted to stay in the black, you know. I was the person that looked at the bills that needed to be paid every month, every day, you know, however frequent the bills came in. And I'd take it out of our bank account and pay the light bill, the power bill, you know, all the bills that it takes for the store to be open and run and stuff like that. Although I didn't own the store. You dig what I'm saying? Although I didn't own the store, I was the one responsible for making sure those payments got made, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so boom. You know, our sales were predicated on, you know, the rentals that we sold. New releases are, you know, the most valuable and the most popular. And then the next thing, once they're not a new release no more, they're a $1 movie. Every movie in the store was $1 except a new release. And things were considered a new release if they were under a year old. Once they hit that year mark, they go into one of them dollar shelves. And that's how they, you know, ran their business. And the thing that was kind of smart about their business, because it was different from Blockbuster, pretty much every movie in there is $1. The only thing that's not $1 is the stuff that's brand new, and that's $3.25. And, you know, people don't mind spending that $3.25 because it's brand new and they want to see it now. They don't want to wait like a year to wait for the price to drop for it to be $1, you know? Because these stores, they had been open for years. It wasn't like they just popped up out of nowhere. Video rental was a thing all through the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? So they had a good little 10, 20-year run, whatever that was, right? So if they weren't renting video rentals, they were getting video games, right? And those were the most expensive to rent because at the time, back when I was doing it, you know, it was Nintendo Cube, Xbox 3, and PlayStation 2. You know, those were like the gaming systems or whatever that was hot at the time. And those rentals were $5 a pop. We also rented out the actual gaming systems. You know, for $200, you got to give us your ID and let us hold something for collateral. Y'all give us $200, y'all can take the game system out. And then y'all, you know, we just rent it. The thing about rental, and that's another reason why I'm excited about this new area of life that I'm going into. Like, you buy it outright, you own it outright, and you just charge a profit for it every time you let it go out.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, yeah. For the record. Through trippin' Aquafina, I'm sippin' 15, kept a weapon on me. Flow make digits, I'm on my business, stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, hey, you want us, red run when I tell a bit peace. Love is love. Love is love. Adios. Bendo with the switch again. Boy deliver like he heffernin'. Core with digits, give him estimates. Somersaults for my Benjamins. I got what you...
To whoever you let it go out for. And, you know, because I ran this business for 2 years, and because I was in charge of this business for 2 years, you know, I got to firsthand get the ins and outs of, okay, it's all about turning a profit. Like, you're going to have expenses, you're going to have, you know, all of that stuff. You can't avoid that in business. You know, but your overhead is whatever your overhead is going to be. If you just keep the overhead low and keep making the profit and generating the profit and keep flipping and keep flipping and keep flipping, that's how you grow your money, you know? And my lowest store generated $40,000 a month. My lowest performance store. My highest performance store was averaging $75,000 a month. To the point that the vice president of the company, when we went to have our, our meetings at headquarters, the vice president of the company knew me by name and said it correctly. Didn't call me Aarona nothing. He knew I was Aarona, you know. And he was like, "No, Aarona, you come sit next to me because I got to find out what are you doing down in store 43? Like, what are you doing down there?" I was like number 3 in the entire state. Like, we were, like, in the state of Illinois. And the thing that was crazy was that video chain, they were really mostly only available in the Midwest and on the East Coast. They didn't really have any stores down south. They didn't have no stores on the West Coast. They were, like, just strictly, like, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and maybe Wisconsin. That was it. They had no other stores in no other locations. At the time that I quit the company, they was building stores in New York. I don't know how that ended up going because, you know, Netflix. What the hell is all of that noise? Aarona fam. That stuff like that just drives me wild. It's just, it irritates my spirit. Anyway, yeah, so that's where they were located, and they still, it showed me a lot about business, because, dude, they weren't even located in every place in the country, just a specific area. You see what I'm saying? And they still were millionaires.
Baby, skirt the Chevy, make a scene, baby. LABB been the team, baby. Bim Papa, word the G, baby. Look, labs till I'm finished. Had a handful of lemons through the hand. Got a bag, now the hands in the business. For my hand, it's a ticket. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I've been playing with the minutes that they been shoulda gave. And I'm flipping every digit that they been shoulda paid. Had to find a way to get it. No, this isn't what you made. If I ever wanna dip, then I'm brink with the blade. And I'm brinking a blink on the brink of some dumb shit.
And now I'm in an area in life where I'm like, I'm finna start converting my businesses into that. And so it's about me getting assets and renting them and doing all of that. I'm gonna do it with real estate, I'm gonna do it with a number of things. And that's just where I am right now. The problem is, every time I set out to solidify something for myself in that area, for instance, I got my LLC done, I got my business registered here with the state of Florida. I did all of those things. I spent money on it. I paid for those things. And to be doing all of this and still be undermined in the background by family members and former lovers and other people with an axe to grind because they have investments in the people who are fucking me. They invested in the people who are fucking me over. So they have an axe to grind with me, but I don't have anything to do with that because I don't even know them, number one. And two, I didn't do it. You did business with them. Okay? If they owe you money, they owe you money, but they ain't got shit to do with me, fam. And so it's like a lot of people doing a lot of annoying shit, and it's like wearing me out, you know? I'm doing stuff twice and doing stuff and having to go back and redo it again because it's so annoying and it's so, like, you know, bothersome and troublesome, and it's wearing me out. Like, everything is like taking from me. Very few things are giving to me, and the things I do find joy in, people are trying to, like, ruin and steal, like my Jokes and Jams podcast. It's like, dude, I am following all the YouTube rules. I've been on YouTube longer than some of the people who got positions and jobs with YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Trying to redline and gatekeep and shut people out. I've been on YouTube longer than them. And it's like, dude, I be following the rules. You know, I use things for educational purposes when I'm using other content. On songs where I know that I'm doing a reproduction or a recreation, I could care less about those type of things because I know what I'm doing. I don't care about that. But when I take the time to go out and find, like, rare samples, and I take the time to go out and find cover songs, and I take the time to go out and find original material, and then create something else original that's a derivative, it grinds my gears when people try to take credit for it or try to, you know, write it off like, you know, I'm making a duplicate or I'm copyright infringement. That gets on my nerves, especially because I know it's coming from people who don't have any talent. That part. Like, it's like, dude, it's only the people who can't do. It's like what they say, those who can do, those who can't teach or manage, or, you know what I'm saying, they're the manager, they're the mouthpiece. I don't have time for that. That's not what I signed up for. You know, I'm a stand-up comedian that, you know, kind of got ousted.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass bray.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
For all time's sake. As time goes by. Down the old